Here we go. Hey, Don, how are you today, man?
Good, Richie. How are you, sir?
Good, man. How's everything? How's the family, first of all?
Good, good. Um, I'm I'm actually on the road today, traveling, and last 2 days of the month are always extremely busy in the auto transport world. So, um,
Yeah, the car dealerships too, everywhere, you know?
oh yeah, they're rocking the last 2 days of the month. They're rocking every day, but they're really rocking the last 2 days of the month, and I love helping them in any way that I can. So,
Absolutely. Hey, Don, I want to put something on you.
Dealers, this is a message going
how's
out to you. If you're an independent, your franchise store, whatever you are, Q3, Q4 of 2023 is going to change the automotive space. We are on the horizon of a cataclysmic event. I'd say apocalyptic. Inventory's rising, prices aren't changing on inventory. People are holding on to cars longer than they should, and buyers just aren't motivated right now. So if you've seen a slip in your performance when it comes to your cost per sold unit, when it comes to back end penetration, when it comes to making money, selling cars, moving metal, then you are like every other dealership in this current state. So here's my proposal. If you're looking to increase volume in your store, if you're looking to increase gross, kick cars.com, Car Gurus, Auto Trader to the side, because these platforms are cannibalistic and they are ruining dealerships. If you're
You know, Don, I wanted to say something about that. That's got to be the most unprofessional video that I ever heard in all the years I've been doing this. Uh, why? Because the first thing you learn is be a professional and never beat up your competition because the people see it and they're not going to convert. And the biggest thing with that is that he doesn't even use custom audience. How I know that is I got 5 or 6 different pages. Some of them a medical field. Some of them I put in like I'm a construction guy. So he doesn't even do custom audience. So the problem is everybody sees it, including what the people he's talking about. Right now, what he's saying is that Facebook ads are better. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. What's the difference with the marketplaces and Facebook ads, right? Well, it's
yep,
real simple. Facebook ads convert like this. Who's a buyer converts them into a shopper because they made some offer on there, right? And now you're converting a buyer that's a buyer that went to Facebook and he hits your ad. He already filled out a form in cars.com example, happy with it, did all the research, did a trade appraisal, check the VIN, check the Carfax maybe, uh, checked everything, then check the MSRP versus what they're selling it for. Did all the research because you can do all the research in one platform, right?
yeah,
Now you can check the reviews in one platform. He's talking out of his you know why terribly. You can do this in one platform. Dealer all this stuff. You can look at blogs and everything. So how the customer needs information just like when the customer walks into the showroom, they need information. The customer shopping online, they need information. They just don't need a Facebook ad. What happens is they do that, they convert it, and then they create a customer into aggression. Let me tell you why. Because they have this automated system of attacks. Then they hammer them to come into the showroom based on what on price, no value either. I've had these systems in my website. I know companies and all that. Now they're creating confrontational selling as the customer comes in. So yeah, it does work. But you got a local centered show, a local centered sales, and it's connected. So they're destroying the market.
yep.
That's what they're doing. So let's talk about that. This is what cars.com has. One of the things, right? So a
Yeah.
company like cars.com has this stuff where it shows the dealer, right? Now that's an example. So let's say cars.com or a marketplace has that, or ShopSmart has that, or whoever. It shows them that. It shows them every month how many VINs you lost and how many VINs you gained. Right?
Yeah.
They don't have that because they don't have VIN numbers. All they have is make and model. And then they call them and have them, right? Now the other thing is their marketing perspective. Could they show a dealer analytics really of Google? You know, that's what I'm talking about. Dealers, this is the wrong video there. Now, could they show that? No. Now let's repeat this again so you see what I'm talking about. See, they can't do that. Right? Here we go. Let's do it again. Boom.
Yes, you want to turn the shoppers into buyers.
Right. So that's what the marketplace does. Why? Because when that customer lands on there, it's like walking to a virtual showroom. They got the blogs, like for example, ShopSmart, 4,500 blogs. Every day, 6 blogs get posted. Then from there, the customer's okay. Let me shop my car. They shop it. They have a trade. They're getting a trade appraisal without somebody appraising a car with no info. I don't need info to appraise a car. Not like the dealers have the lead gen part, right?
Right.
They check the car out. If it's a used car, now they want to run the VIN. Boom, the VIN's for free to run, like a Carfax. Now, and nobody can do that. It's a Facebook marketer. And they're saying, and that's not the only one that I have. They're saying that consistently, okay, over and over again, right? So I don't understand why they do that, right? So that's a problem. All right. So now the other biggest thing here that we have to offer, and we're ready to give this to other marketplaces, right? Dealers, this is totally complimentary. Let me show you this. All right. View report. Here it is. It's much more different. It's way opened, different than how we have it for the consumers. Okay. We have it the consumer much less data. All right. So anyway, that's what dealers are doing. That's what ShopSmart is doing to the marketplaces. Understand, Facebook ads don't have what the marketplaces are. Like I said, Hey, Jeff, how are you, buddy? Let me give you a nice introduction.
Hey, pretty good.
So I said that already about the marketplace. But anyway, Jeff has been in my life since 97, 98. Jeff, why don't you share how we met?
Well, back in the early eBay days, very beginning, we ran into some issues because we were doing things in a way that they'd never been done before. And back then, Richie was selling so many cars that Honda thought he was doing something wrong. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was doing something right. It just had never been done that way before. You sold locally. You didn't sell nationally. No one had really it really taken advantage of that opportunity before like that. So Honda wanted us to issue a cease and desist, and they brought it to us to do that at eBay. I started off in trust and safety at eBay and then moved over to motors, largely because of situations like this where we were breaking the mold. So Richie was breaking the mold from the beginning, and that's how we crossed paths, and that's what we're still working on today.
Thank you, Jeff. And it was great to work with Jeff because he is really a pro in the marketplaces, right? And how I figured it out was I went to the dealer management system using data and picked the hottest cars in the area when I ran a locator, and I started the test. And when I saw it was a gravy thing, right? And then my dealers that were competitors of me thought I was fleeting cars. So what happened was I got in trouble with that process, right? That I was fleeting. I'm not fleeting cars. I'm selling them on eBay. It's against the franchise rules, right? A lot of people don't know what I did. So there's a press release out, and some people, believe it or not, but I also have a gentleman, because Apple Honda then bought General Motors, and there was called something GM Buying Power, and I also did something there. He's coming in 2 weeks. All right, he's going to be a special guest. He's going to say why I became that one adapter of internet sales back. I've never said that before because that doesn't matter to me. It matters to me now because all these people out there that say how much talent and what they do, like this gentleman here that is hammering cars.com. Let me tell you, my relationship first with cars.com, I was the first dealership. Newsday had cars.com that turned on cars.com. I was the first dealership that turned on Auto Trader. I was always an online guy. And we were the first BDC ever existing through Dr. John Minarchik, through the Nicholson Group, okay? And that's what we did. So, and then I decided, let me give it some time. I decided to come up with Shop Smart because I saw all this Facebook. What really needs to happen, the advertisers and cars.com and all these people need to come together in one, right? And meet somewhere. And I'm making an offer right here. I would like to introduce them and meet them and put them right in the Beach Club with my partner, Jeff, and more people like that, and say this. Cars.com does ads like Google, and dealers do the ads. Why not open that platform, right? Open that platform and have advertisers be able to do ads for dealers there and cut a deal. Well, I have the process. I have a company, LookSmart. I'm his partner, right? We're an ad network. If you look up looksmart.net, it's an ad network. What happens with that? Well, it's real simple what happens with that. Now we're able to run the ads all day, right? That's what we're able to do, right? So now we have a managed ad network like Google and ShopSmart, and LookSmart's been around forever. And now we bring everything together. We open it to the advertiser. In return, instead of losing all those customers and getting those customers out of the market, we combine that strength of what the marketplaces have and what LookSmart has, and now we provide a better result to the dealership, because bottom line, the truth of the matter is we're fighting for nothing. You got people saying that kind of stuff, and I have a lot of data with that, by the way. I want to tell you something. I have so many people that are doing this and so much data that I'm going to compile all these advertisers, what they're saying, but I'm going to match them and bring them together to the Beach Club within a year, by next year at this time, and show them how we can all make a lot of money. Cars.com, like the marketplace, the Facebook ads will come in there. We'll do that because we're pros. The marketplace, people like Cars.com are unbelievable, okay? They're the best of the best that I've seen. So now we combine that strength, and we're combining that strength to help the consumer better make a decision, because when they land on Cars.com, they have everything. They have Dealer Rater. And why I'm using Cars.com as an example, they have Dealer Rater. They have different tools that I'm not going to disclose to show the dealer, but also the tools to show the marketers where spend the best of the money, and then you blow up. You help the consumer, but you help the dealer, and you help out each other. Why not help each other out? Why hate each other? That's what I got to say. Why not help each other? Let's use these platforms to maximize. Instead of Facebook, who's Facebook? He could care less about you, right? Who's Facebook? He's not in that industry. He's in every industry. Guys, think about it. Use your head a little bit and sit back, right? And change the way you look at things. That's all. Boom.
Yep.
Mindset reset. Okay. That's what we're talking about. Mindset reset. Boom. Change. We're fighting against each other. The marketplaces are never going to change because they got more money than anything, right? That's never going to happen. So why hate when we can love one another and bring something to the table with reporting, okay, with offering a consumer to run the VIN like a Carfax platform, probably not as good as Carfax, but they can see everything, all the information, and now it's going to convert. Now you can run your ads there. Listen, the marketplaces are very strong. I think the time has come in our industry to have a meeting with the advertising companies because they're not even using data. I gotta say this: there's one company out there that's called Social Dealer. That's amazing. They use data. You know why I know? Because I tested them and they were great. And I tested others. I've been testing people for the last 2 years in my marketplace to see what I see. So now I have all this data. I also put a company that was doing automated SMS. You can't believe how many customers were so pissed off about it. So just imagine,
Yeah.
because it doesn't stop. Guys, I got to tell you something. Game changer right now is merging the advertising companies into marketplaces like cars.com, and with the tools that they have to provide, like a VIN retention report, etc., right? With all these tools showing the advertisers so they retain their dealers. Why, when you advertise on Facebook, you run an ad, right? And then that's it. The customer kills you. Why? Because there's no real process. An ad on Facebook is a joke. Are you kidding me? And that's what's happening in our industry right now because it's a cheap way for you to get in business, but it's also a cheap way for you to ruin your brand. Your thoughts, Jeff?
Well, I mean, it's a little bit cliche, but it really is all about building trust, right? And
Right.
and the mechanisms that allow for that. So if you're coming into the relationship with the customer in a way that is obtrusive or is it's something that they're not necessarily anticipating, then you have an issue in building trust right away. Where I've always said it's kind of an exchange, right? So a customer or viewer comes in, they're willing to offer some information about themselves, allows you to provide them services in exchange, and if there's value for value, then you can continue that relationship and turn it into something productive and turn the lead into an appointment, turn the appointment into an up and the up into a sale, and do it in a trusting way. The data around how important that is really consistent and pervasive, and yet a lot of times that it really doesn't become the underlying principle that people use in approaching the relationship. It was one of the things that we used early on in eBay with feedback and with the fact that it was a community and people were looking, people were searching and wanted this information. So the fact that you're offering it back to them was valuable to them. They would provided more back into the marketplace as a result. And really, if you think about eBay Motors, and eBay itself was kind of an early social network, right?
Yeah.
The eBay community, the community-driven feedback, everything else was so that there was a trust that people had in the community and what was happening there that Facebook has never really had. First of all, right? They have no matter what they try to do image-wise, it's kind of the opposite. And and not to make it just about that relative to the marketplace, it goes back to the value that you're offering the customer. If they feel comfortable and they can get a significant amount of the pre-purchase process taken care of through that interface and through that customer experience, then it becomes valuable to them. They'll spend more of their time, put more of their energy into the system that's going to provide for that. And there's an interesting study that just came out this month or end of last month. Capital One did a customer study looking at transparency and the importance of transparency to the transaction and to the customer and the dealer. And in that study, 68% of dealers felt that the transactions were very transparent and the process was transparent. Unfortunately, only 21% of customers felt the same way, right? And a lot of that was how the expectation was established coming into the transaction online.
Right.
And if they felt like they were dealt with fairly coming into that, and they felt like the the vehicle was properly described and there were no surprises, then they land in the dealership with those expectations being met and feeling really comfortable about proceeding through to the close. When those experiences don't match up well, then that trust immediately falls off, right? And like I said, I mean, there's just the data around it is really significant. When they show what happens when you present a customer with a floor price before the negotiation begins, you tell them what a solid price is rather than trying to jack them up from the beginning and work them backwards. The added profit on the back end is usually as much as 2 times what you would have realized on the front end. And so, it's the lifetime value of the customer versus the immediate grab on the customer. From the advertiser's perspective, it's the difference between building a relationship for their brand, and just kind of being out there, right? And letting themselves be competed against and compared in a way they probably wouldn't be. So within the marketplace, and what we did at eBay and what was incredibly successful for us was developing those really close relationships with those third-party services that allowed us to continue the trusting relationship with the customer and help them get their ducks in a row, so to speak, on the purchase process. And that plays out even to today, right? Pre-approved financing,
Right.
flushing the the lead out and helping the customer down that process is incredibly valuable. And same studies now are showing that even though the dealer likes the idea of the convenience of completing a transaction online completely 100%, which I honestly thought would have come here 10 years earlier than it has. Part of
Right.
that is because the consumer really does want to go to the dealership to test drive the car and to kind of really feel it before they make the purchase. They just don't want all the hassle that goes with it, right? And they
And I'm
want
glad
the
you said that, Jeff, right? Because
yep.
let's talk about eBay, right? So the hype on eBay back then, right? I remember people were selling and buying. People were shipping stuff out, making that bang. Enthusiasm, make it fun. Make it fun like when you go to the showroom. Our sales was supposed to be an entertainer, right? Not supposed to be this, like a robot. It's supposed to be entertaining. So, what was the biggest success of eBay Motors that we rocked so much? At least I was shipping cars there way before Ship My Car was around, way before that, right? Because I took that as a search engine before Google. And I have a press release out there. And I said, who cares? What I care about hitting the local market also, but what I care about is selling cars right now. Because I was in a store that had a situation, but it was fun doing it. It was bidding. Facebook's problem was when they put buy now button. That buy now button, they took the suspense out of the deal. That's what happened. That suspense. The people went home from work. Big, let me see if I won the bid. And that's what the problem is. There is no excitement anymore. I want to be excited again. I want somebody to come up to me and tell me something. I want to get excited instead of hating people and talking and gossip. I want something exciting. I need a challenge, right? Why aren't we excited anymore? I'll tell you why we're not excited anymore. Because we're so worried about what the other guy's doing and competing and say, who cares what he's doing? Worry about what you're doing. And then when you get somewhere, try to help others. Now you're going to grow. Okay? There's no excitement. No excitement anymore. Social media took the excitement out, right? And then these people came from online, these digital marketing guys. Oh, I've been in the car business a long time. I remember when the advertisers used to bang on my door, buy me bagels, this, that, have fun. Everybody now Zoom this. Guys, COVID's over, okay? Come up with something new. Forget about all this stuff you're doing. Sit down, come up with a business model, and enterprise, come out with something good. that you can show value to the consumer, value to the dealership, and now you're excited again instead of competing against each other and everybody is struggling for one thing, for the dollar. And then when that dollar gets there, nobody invests. That dollar here, this dollar here, you got to invest 90% in your business to grow and keep 10%. Nobody does that. Everybody's out there showing the cars, showing this, all that nonsense. At the end of the day, you're going to hate to be a senior and you're going to be broke. Listen to me. You're going to be a senior and you're going to be broke. Richie Bello says it like it is, period. No stories. I'm not a show, man. I say it like it is. I've been studying the market now for quite some time. Before COVID, everybody is. Who's better than them? Who cares? How much do you have? And how much are you helping? Let me tell you what I'm done, right? I'm broke my whole life. All I do is give. The veterans are paying 5,000 books. Not Richie Bello. The veterans are paying 5,000 books for free. I sold already 2,000 for free. Now I put the Institute in motion because I've turned so many business into digital marketing with veterans and promoting them that they decided to donate. One guy told me, "Listen, Richie, I see that. So now I got to give that away because I don't want, that's a nonprofit. Why do I need that?" So I said, "I'll do this, right?" Let me tell you, 5,000 books the veterans are doing investing. The Veterans Richie Bello Institute is investing back into his industry, right? To help the new guys that don't know the industry. A guy like Richie Bello knows the industry. You take me somewhere and put a customer in front of me and watch what happens. And I don't care what year we're in. It don't matter. I don't care what invoice they got. Watch what happens to that customer. Give me that challenge right now. That'll make me younger, all right? Trust me, there's a problem. We're not united no more. This entire country is not united from Washington. The only people that are united, you know who? The veterans. They're united. You go after a veteran and you watch what happens. You got an army after you in about 32 seconds.
Yep.
You go to my institute and you say, Richie Bello is fraud, and you watch what happens. Go stand up there like these clowns say that. Go stand up there and say that. When I got Green Berets there, when I got all kinds of people that I've given them my life. Go say that. You watch what happens. I don't need a gun or I don't need nothing. Trust me. Yep. Watch what happens to you. They'll knock your head off and you won't even realize it, okay? The most loyal people, the most united people, and the most humble people. We're not humble no more. We lost the humble. We've lost a lot. And now this whole thing with Cars.com, are you kidding me? Cars.com was our godfather in the industry. What are you kidding me? Are you guys nuts? You're going to fight a little guy like that does Facebook ads, that probably has no technology. And I know he doesn't because I've got 5 Facebook and I saw that are all 5 Facebook. Okay, now that's a problem, right? Why are we doing this? We got a problem, right?
Yep.
The veterans have helped Richie Bello a lot, and the veterans have made Richie Bello humble throughout the years, 6 years. Nobody knew what I was doing with the veterans just recently. Well, I'm about to start a program with vets, and I'm about to travel the country to come up with a solution for vets that they're in business, right? And they want to donate a car, and they're doing digital marketing and all that. Dealers, start helping vets instead of start promoting vets to get them in and then not doing the right thing, which I have a list of dealers that you'd be surprised what they're doing to vets. I'm ready to go public. It's been 5 or 6 years, and I know a lot of dealers have done the wrong things by vets. Vets call me. People don't know behind the scenes. I got a focus group with David Castillo. I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes and quietly, but I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm going to travel across the country, and I want that. I want certain things when I travel. A friend of mine is funding that. A strategic. Let me leave it like this before the press release comes out. A strategic partner of Richie Bello is funding him to travel across the country and show marketplaces versus this, digital marketing versus this. All these guys that say the code, own the code, they don't have no code. They don't own anything. They're just doing the marketing thing. That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
All they have is Trello, API, and automated. Automated is not even AI. Show me a platform text that's AI. I know how to know if it's AI. You know what I'm going to write? I'm going to the dentist, but I got lost. Where is it? That's AI. When that comes back at you, not telling you about a car. It's sending you a Google map. I've already got it built. I'm ready to launch it for all industries. Saying that right here, right now. That's AI.
That's awesome.
Okay. The other thing it does is it promotes you for a car, right? I need a doctor emergency. It goes based on that IP address and sends you a link where the hospital is. Now that's AI. Try doing that on these platforms that's AI. Go ahead. Show me one of those. I'm going to launch that next year.
That's
for
incredible.
Different verticals, because I'm not just in the car business. The car business is just a percentage of my vertical. Listen, guys, that's owning the code. Not these guys that go to Trello and do this and do that, and now they say, I own the code. Yeah, okay. No, all right? I'm a coder, but really my coder is my team. That's who's my coder. All right? I'm not a coder. It's my team. It's the team that Richie has. Okay? I reached out to somebody that's very big in data. I wanted to get his opinion on something. He never responded. He never even said nothing to me, so I eliminated him. People don't like change. People don't like to see new things, right? Now, why is that? Because they're worried about something. They have an agenda. There's something wrong. They have a problem. Let me tell you something, another thing that happens, and that's going on lately. Somebody starts a rumor, and now forget about it. And here's the other thing. You say I'm not strong. Why do you need to talk to everybody about Richie Bello when he fails? You need an army to take me down. No. You need special services in 5 countries to take me down because I don't go down. You know why? Not because of me. Because I'm a God guy. I'm a holy guy. That's why. Period. I had to come out here and say this because I've had it with all the hate. Now they're hating on Cars Guru, on Cars.com, a little agency that is changing. What's changing? What data do you have to say that? Tell me, what data do you have? We have data. That's data right there. How many vids did you lose? Anybody that doesn't buy that report from Richie Bello is nuts, because people do know how much passion I have about the car business, okay? That's a fact. You want to know where you're at your dealership? You want to know that? You buy that report, and then I send you the VIN numbers to verify, and then I call it Canvas Your Marketplace. Then I show you another report that tells you who's eating up your marketplace. Who's eating you up?
Yep.
These superstars, advertisers, show you only what they want you to see. I'm a full data house. I have clickable, okay? So guys, listen, there's a problem in the automotive industry. Veterans that are in the automotive industry all need to come together. We all need to come together. Advertisers, all that. I'm announcing this event with a date and everything, and I'm going on the road.
That's awesome.
I'm going to help dealers and help customers. 2 things: help dealers and help customers, merging them. Then I'm going on the road to merging the advertisers at the same time and the marketplaces, so we can help consumers not fight with each other, love each other. Because at the end of the day, we're leaving Earth. You can't take money with you. You can't take anything with you. You know what you can take? What you've done, whether it's bad or good. What you've done. That's what people are going to remember you by.
Yeah.
That's it. And if you don't do that, you're missing the whole boat. If you're not in this to make a difference, yes, money's good. I love money, but I'm in it first to make the difference, then for the money, because that creates my enthusiasm. We don't even know how we create enthusiasm today. We create enthusiasm by a learning curve. Creates enthusiasm. You go to any showroom, the first salesman for 30 or 40 days, he's a superstar. After 90 days, he's down. There's a dealership that I send them 50 leads. Last year, he bought like 100 leads. Calls me back. Listen, I want my money back. Okay, I mixed it with 25 veterans. Right? I mixed it. I mixed it with certain people. And we followed these people up. 78% of those customers bought somewhere else. By the way, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to email them and tell them I want to return your money back completely. The full amount, $4,500 or $5,000. Do you know why? So you keep your mouth shut. But you know also why? Because I feel so weak taking it from you when you shouldn't even be a dealer. Yapping your mouth. Well, I did all the analytics. I did everything. Now I'm ready to speak to that dealer. And that's why I'm going on the road. Going on the road to meet these dealers and explain to them what time it is.
Yep.
Do you like sport, Brady? Do you like sports?
Oh, yeah.
Do you like sport, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
The only sport I enjoy is the sport of selling, and actually is the sport of putting somebody together like a dealer. That's a sport I love. And I've proven that with my old company that I put somebody together that thought he was real strong in an event, right? And my partner didn't pay it, and then he buried me. I put that guy together. I don't care how strong he is. He got put together, and all you needed to do was put a bow on him and ship him right out. That's what I know how to do. Put a bow and ship him right out. He still talks bad about me. Who cares? That's his problem. I don't have a problem. Just admit you got put together. Oh, Richie Bello is this. Who cares? Richie Bello wrapped you up so good, packaged you, and put you together. You're a superstar. Okay, and that's what the truth is. And on this book, there's a lot of that's going to be out, mentioning no names, but so other people don't make the same mistake, because I did make a mistake and I did fail. But I have the book with no names, how you can overcome and relax. Don't get your enthusiasm going so much that you accelerate, and it could really get you in trouble, like it got Richie in trouble. And it took me a while to bounce back up.
I'm definitely excited
to make another mistake. I'm ready to make another mistake, because when I make another mistake, I really fall hard and I bounce right up. I'm ready for the challenge. It's no fun. There's nothing. Look where I am. There's nothing here. I need action. I need fun again. And I'm going to start having fun bringing these advertisers together and these marketplaces, because, guys, all you guys are great. You guys have two of the best products. Why not drive the traffic from wherever you want into the marketplaces and watch your conversion go up and watch everybody be happy and everybody makes money? I'm sure that the marketplaces will be more than happy to share what they have. And I'm sure the advertisers will be more than happy to share what they have. And then they can communicate with each other to find out how they can make a better product to help the dealer and help the consumer. Yeah. And the whole thing is sell more cars and increase your retention. Sales departments have terrible retention, the worst it's ever been. CSI is like the worst. There's a problem. Reviews are good, because they say this, they do that, they do the little trick deals. You know, deals, right? They're always doing something about it. Deals always got it in for something. That's why I came out like that, because I've been in the deal space since I'm 19. They always have an out for something. Guys, you don't need to do that. Do the right thing by the customer, and the right thing will happen to you. Keep your employees, and your retention will go up. Throw out your employees and change them all the time, and your retention drops. Just common sense, guys. It's not hard to figure out. You don't have to go to NADA Academy. You don't have to do any of that. Show up on social media with NADA. You don't have to do any of that. I took that off my LinkedIn 4 years ago. You don't have to do any of that. All you got to do is the right thing by the consumer, and automatically that's going to make you grow. That's it. That's it. There's emotional intelligence, there's common sense, and then there's genius people. I'm not a genius. I'm not emotional intelligence. I'm not nothing. All I am is a guy that's been a car guy a long time, that has watched the markets change. And my friend Jeff here saw me and I saw him, and I'm making this announcement right here. Jeff is one of my partners. Why? Because he's so strong with marketplaces. I saw it at a younger age. He was younger too. We had a lot of fun in that marketplace. It was a transactional marketplace before Cox Automotive made this big stink about digital retailing. Okay, I was in digital retailing a long time ago with Jeff, eBay Motors. And Jeffrey has a product that I'm announcing that you go to him, Mr. Dealer, if you want leads, because he's got partnership or alliance with a BDC company. And wow, is that BDC company aggressive, man. They're growing like nobody's business. Contact him right away, or contact me, look me up. He's selling everything that ShopSmart has, and we're converting something into appointment selling instead of lead selling. Because we know dealers really can't even sell a lead to sell an appointment. They really can't. So then they get a lead and they complain. Now, dealer thinks that a lead is a deal. You know, that's what they think. They should put a credit card on the form. They should tell all the marketplaces to put a credit card on the form or link it into Dealer Track, so everybody gets approved and the car then gets delivered by itself, because they still got to call, ship my car. Right? That's what they want. Dealers want that. They don't want to lead no more. They don't. The other thing I did is, at one time in Desert Storm, I was in a store. I bought every trigger lead there was, because the market was terrible. The first Desert Storm with a Bush, right? I think it was 91. I bought every trigger lead. I didn't care why they came into the showroom. All I wanted them was to come into the showroom. You remember those days? People wanted people to actually come to showrooms. Today, these new salespeople, they want people to come in with dollar bills here. There's no challenge. They don't even know how to put it together. Nobody wants to do it like it used to be. That's why that book says the past, the present, and where the career of the automotive space is headed. You know, it's headed somewhere that's not good if us guys that have been doing it a while, we don't do it right. Listen, I'm setting up a webinar with some pretty good marketplace heads and geniuses. That's going to be announced, and we're going to go live probably on LinkedIn. So I have everything set up. Guys, tell me, any questions? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm excited to be on the show. And actually, Jeff, thank you for taking time to spend with us. And I'm obviously a big fan of eBay Motors too. And I actually want to be a part of the shipping solution for these marketplaces, Richie. So is that one of the things that you're looking at for the marketplace?
Yeah. I want to talk to you about that, Don. I got something going on that I'm going to be traveling across the country. So I got a whole agenda, but this is going to start happening once I'm back in New York. I want to take a little break because I've had I've had a lot of travels. You know, I don't say much where I'm traveling on Facebook or anything. Nobody even knows, but I'm in Costa Rica and I'm here checking a few things in the market. seeing how, how some technology that we have or others have can fit here. And I have all the data. We've done an assessment. And I have Jeff. Jeff's a great guy. Jeff's been in my life a very long time. And I liked about him, he gave me a lot of experience in the marketplace because he was one of the top guys over there at eBay. So he's got that head, Those are the people I'm around, So I try to educate myself every day to learn more so I can, with the result is to grow more, right?
Yep.
So,
hey, Richie, don't forget about our sponsor, this Shop Smart Autos dealer direct.
You know what? I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know.
I was so much into this thing, That's amazing.
Dealers, this is a message going out to
Definitely.
you. If you're an independent, your franchise store, whatever you are, Q3, Q4 of 2023 is going to change the automotive space. We are on the horizon of a cataclysmic event. I'd say apocalyptic. Inventory's rising. Prices aren't changing on inventory. People are holding on to cars longer than they should, and buyers just aren't motivated right now. So if you've seen a slip in your performance when it comes to your cost per sold unit, when it comes to back-end penetration, when it comes to making money, selling cars, moving metal, then you are like every other dealership in this current state. So here's my proposal. If you're looking to increase volume in your store, if you're looking to increase gross, kick Cars.com, Car Gurus, Auto Trader to the side, because these platforms are cannibalistic and they are ruining dealerships. If you're ready to part ways with them for something better so you survive.
Now, that's why I'm so really, really upset. Because how could somebody be so unprofessional and be a marketer? You never say anything bad of your competition.
Right.
You always say good things like this. It's a different product. Why don't you try my product? Let's see if I give you the same results. Maybe I give you better, but if you don't try it, you don't know. Going there like that without picking the custom audience, without picking people in the market for a car.
Yeah.
With his logo of the company, the guy, there's something wrong with him. You don't have a coach. You don't have a mentor. You see, he's young. He's reacting because he's not selling. So obviously his product is really not good. He's reacting because he's not selling, because that's a desperate move.
Yep.
I'm going to send him a board so he starts learning how to play the game of chess. Because that guy don't know how to play the game of chess.
Nope.
That guy's got a problem. So that's what it is. So guys, on that note, I want to thank you, Don Brady and Jeff. Jeff has been in my lifetime a very long time. The people that I know have been in my life a long time. I'm not short term. Today there's a lot of short term stayers, because people just looking for that quick opportunity, And when that doesn't happen, they go, oh, they don't know how to nurture anything. It's all about nurturing.
Yeah.
And making something grow. People got the B2C came to B2B without anybody really teaching what B2B is about. B2B is not B2C. You got to nurture. But when you put a deal together, you're going to start making big money, like you're doing, Don, It's one of the things I respect about you. You came from B to C, and right away you figured it out in about 30 seconds. I remember the first time I saw Don, Jeff, he was a Car Guys Cafe, saying about shit in my car. And then when I woke up again, I saw Don. He's got a gazillion of followers. He's all over the place. He's rocking. I text him, can we meet? I just wanted to meet him. Do me a favor. He responded right away because he impressed me so much. Bang, boom. What? The guy's from Ohio. The guy was a gentleman. What? I got to find out what this guy knows. I got to know what he knows right away. So then we started engaging. I made him now my co-host, and and we're talking about some partnerships. I want to know what he knows because it was bang. I see guys give it the effort to do what he does, and not. I want to know because once I know what he knows, then I'm gonna send it out to my veterans. That's what I do. Always learning.
Yeah.
He's amazing now. I mean, Jeff, you called you. What happened? Jeff, you look unbelievable. Are you California? Yeah, right. You look amazing.
It's I don't even know if you can tell, but it's absolutely pouring here, and and it has been snowing in most of the state. So I've been here my whole life, and in my 55 years, this is pretty much the the craziest winter yet. So,
yeah.
But
right,
on the bright side, I got to snowboard on my property yesterday, so that was good.
Nice.
God bless everybody, and let's talk soon. And have a lovely. Thanks a lot, guys. All right.
Yep. Take care, everybody.
Every
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Right,
Take care.
All right,
bye-bye.
Enjoy the sunshine, Richie.